Every entrepreneur has this starter pack, but have you actually used any of the information in these books to make money online? If we're being honest, most people just let these books sit in a corner of their room, which is crazy to me because there are lessons in this book that has made me 40K personally and one of my agency clients 16K over the last 2 weeks. So in this video, I'm going to share one lesson from each of these books that have helped me the most so you can implement them today and start making money tomorrow. Book 1, Lesson 1 comes in pages 85 through 88 of the Offers book. These specific pages talk about what happens after you know what you want to sell. And they start talking about how you're going to sell it. And that's part of creating a Grand Slam offer. Now, this is very important because everybody, especially myself and my clients that I worked with in the past, think about what they want to sell, but put in little to no thought about how they want to sell it. Let me give you an example, right? I'm a growth operator, which means I work with online coaches, consultants, and mentors, and I help them scale their online education businesses, right? The bottleneck that I consistently see, creators wanting to sell their knowledge, but they do it in literally the worst way for actually making money. Most creators think that the way that you make money online with digital products is by selling like $20 PDFs, which is just stupid. Because think about it, if you want to get to 10K per month, how many $20 PDFs do you have to sell to get to 10K per month? Repeatedly. What I help them do instead is take the same information that they were going to put in a PDF anyways and help them package it in either a group coaching program or a one-on-one coaching program that they can sell for $2,000 to $7,000. Now you tell me, what's going to be faster to get to 10K per month? What's going to be faster to get to 50K per month? Selling $20 PDFs all day or selling 2 to 3 $5,000 one-on-one spots. And that's exactly how I'll help my client Dior generate 16K over the last 2 weeks. And to be honest, by the time you're watching this, and I'll throw up my calendar so you can see it. By the time you're watching this, it's probably way more than 16K. To help you think about the different ways that you can break down your product delivery, I'm going to read a section of page 88 that's going to make it a lot more clear than I ever could. These are questions that you're going to want to ask yourself when you're thinking through this, right? So question 1, what level of personal attention do I want to provide? Do I want to do one-on-one, small group, or one-to-many? What you need to understand about that question is that the more personal it is to you, the closer the person is to you, the more you can charge, right? So one-to-many, that example could be the small PDF that you're only selling for $20. A small group can be a cohort that you're selling to from $3,000 to $5,000, depending on your niche and your avatar and a whole bunch of more marketing stuff. But a one-on-one program, that could be $6,000. That can be $8,000. It's really important for you to make that decision because also the more involved you are, the more of your time is going to get eaten up. Next question, what level of effort is expected from them? Do it themselves, DIY, which is just your customers figuring out how to do it on their own after you give them the information. Do it with them. This is where you teach them how to do it, and then done for you, which is where you do it for them. I'll use myself as an example for this specific section. I actually utilize all three. So the way I utilize do it on your own is through the free content that I put out on YouTube and through the free information I give out through my Discord community, which you can join by clicking the link in the description. The next level is done with you. Right, so that's where I can consult you, whether you're an operator or you're a coach trying to scale a specific program, right? And that program link is also in the description. This is really just a section selling my services. Thank you, Alex Hormozi. And then obviously I have the Done With You, which is my agency practice, which is where if you're a high ticket coach that specifically uses YouTube as your main traffic source, I'll go in, build a landing page, create the offer, hire your sales staff. If needed to, all you have to do is just coach your clients. Now, when you think through this, right, you'll be able to start creating a product ecosystem. Because once again, this isn't the whole entire picture. The big thing is that I already know what I want to sell, but there's just different ways to sell it. Lesson 2, book 2 comes in page 165 of the Leads book. And this specific lesson talks about the importance of volume when it comes to advertising. Now, I'll read the specific section that I'm talking about before I go into depth, right? So, pro tip, more ads means better ads means more leads. Facebook reviewed the accounts of all advertisers on their platform. They found something curious. The top 0.1% of advertisers test 11 times more creative than everyone else. Oftentimes, it's not that you can't scale an ad profitably, it's you just can't. I'm gonna leave this in. I want you guys to see how my brain is fried. I can't even read right now. Just for like some context, I record all my YouTube videos at like the end of the day after I have like 12 sales calls. So that's why my face is greasy. I'm so tired. It's terrible. You just can't scale a mediocre ad profitably. The only way to find the exceptional ads is to make 11 times more of them. Success leaves clues. Do what the 0.1% do to get what the 0.1% get. Now, this is an important lesson because it talks about the importance of just aggressive volume. There's this trend in the online space where it's like everybody focuses on trying to find the perfect thing. What's the perfect piece of content I can make? What's the perfect outreach message? What's the perfect email? And that's just a completely wrong way to think about it, because you can't think of something perfect because you lack data. You lack data. That's the importance of aggressive volume. And I'll give you a specific example of this on the offer that I'm currently managing. So this offer, full transparency, the creator was completely changing his audience when he onboarded me as his operator. 2 months before working with me, he had generated $1,500 from his offer. And then within the first month, we made 12K, 9.5K cash collected. And a month afterwards, everything crashed because that's typically how organic funnels work. Now, of course, we work with a team, and a lot of team members are trying to pull us in all these different directions. Oh, focus on the CTA in the video. Maybe that's the solution. Oh, focus on this. Oh, on that. And I just asked the critical question: do we even have enough data to make proper decisions? And everybody ignored me, which is chill. It's fine, right? When you work with a team, sometimes you have to make sacrifices and let people fall on their own sword. So we listened to what everybody else was saying. And for 2 to 3 weeks, we made no money. Until I finally put my foot down, I told them, like, hey, we've been listening to you guys for X amount of time, right? Let's go ahead and switch it up to what I'm saying. And instantly, we made money that next week. And then after following what I've been saying for the last 3 weeks, we just booked in more calls in the last 3 days than we have in the last 3 months. And you want to know what my number one piece of advice, what I told him to do? This just goes back about the question I asked beforehand. Do we even have enough data to make proper decisions? And the answer is no, we didn't. We didn't know who the target audience was. We didn't know who the perfect buyer was. So what I told him, because we don't have enough data, why are we focusing on these bullshit? Because we're going to optimize around the wrong thing. What we should do instead is we should optimize around volume. Because yes, we're going to take imperfect action, but within that imperfect action, we're going to find perfect action. And guess what happened? The creator went from posting 1 time per week to posting 3 times per week. And guess what happened? We had an outlier video. We had a couple outlier videos. And the trickling down effect is that we've booked more calls in the last 3 days and the last 2 months. Why? Because like this lesson says, the top 0.1% of advertisers test 11 times more creatives than everyone else. Lesson 3, book 3, comes in on page 107 of the Money Models book. Now, in this specific page, we are talking about downsell procedures. Now, I'll read this specific section that I'm talking about, and then just like the other sections, I'll get more in depth. Step 1, reward people for paying in full rather than punish them for paying over time. If I take on the risk of a payment plan, I increase the price. Normal businesses do it by charging interest, but I do it by offering a discount if they pay in full. Think about how businesses normally charge interest. They basically say, It's $10 if you get it right now, but it's 15 if you pay over time because we charge $5 in interest. No fun. Instead, I say it's $15, but it's 10 if you prepay it. You save $5. That's what most people do. To this, I present the price with interest included. Then I offer prepayment as a way to get a discount. This way, we make the offer friendlier and beneficial from a price anchor. Same math, but it feels different. If they say no, I start downselling, but even still, I try to get paid first. Now, this is a very important lesson for two reasons. Number one is framing. You do not understand how powerful framing is. You can say the same shit to a prospect, but say it different and get a different result. For example, I'll use myself in my own agency offer, right? Before, when I was just a straight fucking dumbass, what I would do is when I was trying to close people, when I was trying to close these creators, I would tell them, hey, it's going to be $2K up front and then 10% or 20% or whatever percentage it makes sense for that specific offer of the revenue I make you, right? So that's how I used to pitch. Now watch me say the exact same shit, but it's gonna sound so much better. So it's gonna be $2K right now as a setup fee just for me to be able to put everything together. After that, honestly, I want to be able to prove myself to you and make sure that what I put together actually gets you results. So what I want to set up is a way that I only get paid like $2 for every $10 I make you. And which one sounds better? Pay me $2K right now, and then I'll also take 20% of what I generate you. Or, hey, I just need $2K to set the system up. After that, I don't even want to get paid unless I'm getting your results. And I think a fair way to do that is if I get $2 for every $10 I make you. That's first lesson in here, because he says the same thing, but he just frames it different. And because it's framed different, the perception of that specific offer changes. Now, number two gets into the nitty gritty of sales, and specifically when we're talking about closing a client and typical procedure of collecting cash. He brings in a very good point. You have to incentivize people to give you money in full. There are so many people that just expect a customer to pay them $4K up front and like, oh, whoop-de-doo, right? Over breaking it down. But if you're a logical person and you're a little bit high in skepticism, why would you do something in full without an incentive, opposed to just breaking it down? Let's say I want to make a purchase into a high ticket program, right? And it's $4K, and I'm a little bit skeptical on the guy, right? I'm gonna do $1K right now and actually break it down into 4 months, $1K every 4 months, right? That way, if this guy's full of shit, I could just back out and be like, I'm good. But if he told me, hey, the offer is actually $6K, but if you prepay for the whole entire offer, I'll give you a $2K discount and it'll only be $4K today. Now in my mind, I'm like, oh shit, I'm going to pay $2K more if I don't pay in full right now. You see, it's the same shit. Or it's not necessarily the same shit, but you see how I'm more incentivized to make a pay in full right now. And if I do choose to break it down, right, then yeah, I'm understanding that I'm choosing to forego a $2K discount, which gets more into like human psychology about not wanting the fear of loss and kind of like manipulation, but we're not going to get that in today. That's essentially the 3 core lessons I learned from these 3 books that helped me make $40K in online business and $16K over the last 2 weeks for one of my agency clients. And if you want to see specifically what I changed in my client's business to take him from only booking in 2 calls per week to booking in 30 calls over the last 3 days, click in the video right here.